Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Ravi Programming. So in this session we are going to discuss about the primitive and the wrapper data class. So the primitive data types, that is already there in the Java, which is, for example, the byte, boolean, char, double that we were using in different examples. So for each corresponding primitive data type, there is a wrapper class. Now the question is why we need the wrapper classes, right? So the thing is, the Java is object-oriented programming, and this is the one of the reason that Java, is not purely object-oriented programming. It is a Java. Java is a uh, object-based programming language. The reason behind is like we are using the primitive, whereas any pure object-oriented programming says that if you are a pure, object-oriented programming, then everything should be the object. So for that purpose, from Java 1.5 version, this wrapper class concept is introduced. So for each primitive class, we have the wrapper classes. That is the type which has a corresponding class as a type. So the benefit of using this class is that we have some default methods inside these classes like byte, boolean, character, double, and you could utilize those methods to perform some of the common tasks that you usually get. So, for example, if I want to convert any boolean or the float or integer into the string, that I could do through those methods from the wrapper classes, or vice versa, I could convert it from like boolean to string or string to boolean. For those purposes there is already the method. Another uh, reason is like we are trying to make Java is trying to make uh, this complete JDK as possible, more close to the object oriented programming concept. So some of the reasons why we are using wrapper class is like, first is the wrap, because it is a wrapper class. It's a class, proper class, having all the definition of that particular variable. It allows you, the null values. So most of the concept maybe you will not understand right now, because these are something when you will start utilizing it, then you will know, that we will discuss in the coming session. We will revisit all these topics, but for now, uh, I mean, there is no option. So second is like we can use it in a collection. So after this, after a few sessions, you will, I will introduce the collection where uh, right now, for example, we are using the integer variable int1, right? And we could define only one variable at a time. But what if I want to keep the values from 1 to 100, right? You will say like we can use the array. The problem with the array is it's a static, right? We cannot change the number of arrays values dynamically. So that is why we use the collection that we will discuss later. So another is like we can use new operator to create the object. Because it is class, we could create the new. And because it's a class, obviously the parent class is always object class of any class, right? So we could use the default methods from the object class, which is like clone equals hash code to string. It also supports the autoboxing and the unboxing. This is very important feature. The why we could use it, because the autoboxing and unboxing is a feature that you could directly convert values from one type to another type, or we if you will assign it, or it will automatically convert it. That feature comes with these wrapper classes. Supports serialization. So what happens is like, for example, you are sending some information from one machine to another machine, right? And maybe the media is also changed. So in that process you have to convert your that object into serial uh, values. So that the serial stream values, right? So in that case you will need the serialization. So we will discuss it later on, in the coming session, when we will discuss the database and all those things. But for now, you could say that when we will send the information from one media to another media or through the network, then we have to serialize, and there it supports. So the last is the objects rather than the value. Obviously, we always prefer objects rather than having a value. So these are the reasons why we need the wrapper classes. If you see this example, I have just written one simple example to define one variable with the byte, and I am passing this byte variable into the byte object, which is the wrapper class. Integer, float, for all variables I did the same, and I'm just printing whatever the object values of those variable. And again, I'm passing these objects into the primitive, and you can say that I am again printing those values. So if I will compile this and run this class, we are getting the same values. Top of this, we could utilize some methods. So for example, if I want to check whether this byte object is actual object or not. So for that, what I could do is, like, I could add one condition here. If this particular byte object is instance, this is the uh, keyword to check whether that particular is belong to the byte object. So I could use byte here. If it is a object of the byte object, or the type of byte object, it will simply go inside and print, else it will not go inside. So right, so I'm just compiling it and printing it. So it is the object of type byte. What if I will change it into the integer? It should not print it, because this byte object is not type of integer, right? So it should not print it. It is not even compiling it, right? So this is how you could check whether that particular uh, you know, instances of particular class. For you can do this for the normal class as well, but this here I just gave you the example. And you could actually convert, either you could pass it and it will automatically unboxing. This is the unboxing feature, or you could directly call the value as well. So for example, byte value, this is the method which will actually convert into the byte format. So I mean the primitive format. So this is also one of the way to do it. So both are fine. Even if you will not do, the Java will do it uh, uh, implicitly, but you could mention the explicit method as well. So these are the, I mean, some of the methods that you could utilize. Some other methods that I could remember is like, for example, if I want to convert this float into the integer, so I could simply write string dot value of, I will do this, it will convert into the string. It will simply convert the string. So these are some of the way, I mean, some of the methods that you will utilize, because these methods you will definitely need in many cases once you will grow into the programming and you will start writing some bigger code. This is the end of this topic. For more videos like this, please like, share, comment, and subscribe my channel. I will see you in the next video with another interesting topic. Thank you for watching my videos.